Hello, today I wanted to talk about an article that Vice put out recently, which is called AI-Generated Art Scene Explodes as Hackers Create Groundbreaking New Tools. It was written by Mordecai Rohrweg, and in this video, I'm going to talk about this article, but I'm also just going to show you how do you get started? How do you start making cool stuff with AI, cool art? This is something you can do now. This is something you can do today. And it's really fun and straightforward. So for example, somebody just wrote, "Today is the shadow of tomorrow." It's a few words, and the AI was able to generate this. It probably took maybe a few minutes, but it did it right away. And this is really exciting because, I think more people should be doing it. I want to see what other people can come up with. And this is exciting. Just to type stuff and have it created for you is so exciting. So let's get started. So the first thing it says is, over the last few months, an AI-generated art scene has exploded as hackers have been modifying an OpenAI model to make astonished image generation tools. So to give you context, earlier this year, OpenAI announced DALL-E. So DALL-E is an upcoming model they're going to release at some point, which allows you to just generate images with text. So an illustration of a baby daikon radish in a tutu walking a dog. And this is the cartoon illustration it generated. It gave a few different options. This one is the most notorious one. My favorite, an armchair in the shape of an avocado. And these are sort of the generations it came up with. And so with this in mind, like these kinds of results and possibilities, this quote unquote underground hacker scene, they're trying to emulate and get results like this, at least until DALL-E or something greater is released. So all you have to do to guide these systems is to prompt them with the image you want. For example, you might prompt them with the text, "a fantasy world." With that prompt, the author of this article generated the image that you see above. And so this is that image, a fantasy world. Another example is a man being tortured to death by a demon. Oh my goodness. I don't know about this one, but it shows a time lapse. So you can also, the AI, as the AI is generating it, it'll create a time lapse video so you can see how it progressed. I'm not gonna make sure that plays. You know what? I might actually blur that. We'll see. But the primary engine inside the new tools is a state-of-the-art image model AI, classifying AI called Clip. It's an OpenAI library that they open sourced and released. And then later on, Ryan Murdoch, a machine learning artist, figured out how to connect AIs at least to Clip and generating images. So I remember this one, Melancholia, and I remember other ones that Ryan released later, such as Big Sleep and Deep Days. I remember playing around with Deep Days. And the models have only gotten better. They've only continued to improve, and it's only been a few months, right? To get started, I recommend you follow this account, images_AI. Now, I believe this account, you could even tweet at it and it would generate an image for you. I'm not sure if it's still doing that. I'm not sure if it's that straightforward. But what you can do is click this pinned tweet, click this link. And when you go to this link, it gives you complete instructions on how you can access the Google Colab notebook to generate these images for free. And if you don't know, the benefit of a Google Colab notebook is it typically has access to a GPU. It sometimes might give you a slow GPU, which sucks. This might not run. You might get an error, something like CUDA out of memory. But if you try again, maybe in a few hours, if you try the next day, you may actually get a good GPU for free. And it's just running in your browser. Like, it doesn't actually use your computer's resources. And you're going to follow along in the instructions included here, which are in English, even though the Colab is written in Spanish. And you'll be able to enter some text. Basically, you can choose a model. I recommend this one if you're just getting started. And down here below, it'll show you some progress. And down here, it will show you the video that I described earlier, where it shows it progressing, like how it evolved over time, how it was drawn. And you'll be able to browse here, and there'll be a folder, I believe, called Steps. And inside Steps will be all these little image files, which can help you see your results as the AI continues to draw them. So anyways, I highly recommend you follow this account. And I want to just share some cool art people are making that they've already shared. So I already showed you, today is the shadow of tomorrow. They tweeted at this account. This is Broken Transmission. Very cool. Let's see what else we got. Various dragons generated by AI. Kelp dragon, dolphin dragon, coral dragon. Kelp dragon. What was the second one? Dolphin dragon and coral dragon. Very cool. Romanticist painting of Die Hard movie John McClane at Nakatomi Plaza by Casper David Freindrich. It's so cool how you can just give different elements and even an art style and watch it do it for you and create it. This is obviously something like, I'm certainly not capable. Maybe other artists might be able to, but I imagine not all artists can just start to create something unique like this, right? So Elon Musk panics while tweeting within burning spaceship crashing in Rembrandt style. This is the time-lapse video. Let's jump to the end again. Anyways, and so so check out this document, read it thoroughly. Play around with the Google Collab as well. And I also just wanted to give a shout out to a few accounts that I love following just for their art. So AK92501, this is a Twitter account I've been following for years now, mainly for research papers. However, this account is also just publishing cool art. And at one point I even replied to one of their art tweets, and I even said, you should just do this for a living because these are awesome. And so this is matte painting, Batman, Gotham Heavy Rain, At Night, DC Comics. This is what it generated, right? Matte painting of Rivendell, Middle Earth at night. This is what it generated. Matte painting of a 19th century ship traveling in space. Incredible, right? I also tweeted just this tweet, GPTX, DALL-E, and our multimodal future. If you don't know, this is a series I have coming up next month about AI-based creativity, what these multimodal models could mean for creatives, how could they be liberated, what kind of art could they create, how are they more free, how could they be more profitable, all these different questions I'm going to answer in this series. I released a preview video last week. But anyways, shout out to Paul. I don't know. Sorry, I clicked translate by accident. Shout out to Paul. He saw the tweet and then he went ahead and punched it into VQGAN and clip, and this is the result that it came up with, right? And Paul even included the time-lapse video to show it drawing it, based on the description he gave it. And of course, you want to hit up Paul and follow him. He's very involved in the GPT-3 community. He does tech stuff. He does a lot of the art stuff as well. He's big on all the different OpenAI products and of course the RPG world. Portrait of an Imaginary Friend. This is incredible. Shout out to Paul. You also want to follow Vlad. He's an AI artist and he does a lot of stuff. He's doing music with OpenAI Jukebox. He's very heavy on GPT-3 and of course visual art and all these different multimodal image generators as well. And he's dropping NFTs. Make sure you cop an NFT. And I think I've tweeted in the past that Vlad is for sure my favorite artist. So make sure you follow him, show him some love. And I just want to give a shout out to my buddy Vova. And I don't know what it is. I've talked to him, like his outputs are just better than mine. And I've talked to him about this in the past. Why do you get such better generations? We're both just entering text. I don't know what it is. He shared the text that he's even entered. His results are better than mine. I think some people just have a knack for it. So he wrote, and miraculously everything worked. And this is what it came up with. And, this is kind of fun because he's using AI generated art to express himself because he was, troubleshooting and it took a long time. Let's see what else Vova's up to. New beginnings. This is what he came up with. Goodbye, Purple Land. Very cool. And he's dropping I'm pretty sure one a day, one every 2 days. So Vova, friend of mine, very cool. He's up to some awesome things. Make sure you give him a follow as well. And by the way, if you are an artist, I apologize if I haven't given you a shout out. I'm going to maybe try to do more roundups of just cool AI artists who are making cool stuff. So you're welcome to hit me up on Twitter, DM me your portfolio, share some of your methodology, and maybe in the future I'll make a roundup video and give you guys a shout out. I'd love to see more art. I'd love to see how people are creating, what kind of prompts they're using, and of course just appreciate maybe even the story behind their art, how they made it, what was the genesis of it, those kinds of things. And if you want, I think it might actually be fun is if you have access to a tool and you want to plug in this description, GPTX, DALL-E, and our multimodal future. I think it'd be cool to maybe have an art roundup based on this description in the series. Just an idea. I'm throwing it out there. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe to this video. And I'm going to be making more videos about this kind of stuff in the future. I love this stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.